Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I went to the market very early in the morning. I bought some groceries. I want you to help me unpack. So this is my jiko. It's really toned. It has served me for like 3 years. I think the door is broken. The only thing that is holding this makeup up is the 3 strong, because you can see here it's broken. It can come down anytime, but because of these very strong metals, it is held together. So let me light my jiko. I want to boil some maize and ndumas. Now I will show you the easiest way to light your jiko. You just find few sticks, then you split them. This is the easiest way. You can do, when you have free time, you can do many and keep them somewhere, so every time you want to light your jiko, you just pick a few of them. This is how I do it. Recently the price of charcoal has been very expensive, so I don't usually use the charcoal. I just use them when I want to boil something. Like today, I want to boil yams and some maize. I like green maize. I usually buy them. In this area of ours, we have a market day every Monday and Thursday. So today my house girl is not around. I have given her a few days off, so I'm alone with my kids. I woke up at 4:30 a.m. Then I took my house girl to the stage. Then I went to the market. First I made breakfast for my kids. I usually make breakfast every morning before going to work, so I'm used to it. Even if my house help is around, I usually wake up at 4:30, make breakfast, and make porridge for my boys. My boys like porridge, and I also make tea for them. So I also prepare bread for them. I put like jam or jelly, blueband jelly on them, and then I put the tea in their cups. After putting in their cups, then if there is tea for my husband and then my house help, I usually put the tea in the thermos, so that when they wake up, I don't usually wake my house help in the morning. I just do it myself. Then I go to shower, and then I dress up, I go to work. I ensure lunch is available. I usually don't want those excuses that the house help says that I was doing this. That's why the baby was, because I once I had a house help, then I found my boys the diapers are not changed, and then I had to take my son to hospital because the bottoms had really been damaged until I took him to the hospital. So I undertook upon myself that I'll be making everything available. I don't care if I'm paying the house help. I'm just paying her to stay with my kids, to take care of the kids, to feed them, and to change their diaper. So I saw that way I'll be minimizing work for her, so she don't have excuses to tell me that the babies got hurt because I was doing this, I was cooking. No. When I leave my house, the lunch is ready. When I cook in the evening, I usually cook food that we'll eat in the evening and it will remain for them for lunch. If I see the food is less, I don't carry the food to my workplace. I don't like buying the food, but I usually carry food for lunch. So if it's less, I'll leave the food for them, and then I'll not carry anything. But if it's enough, I'll carry the food. So this my jiko is now catching up. It's easy, just like this. The jiko will light. Let me put somewhere so that you can, the wind can continue lighting for me. So this is okay now, it's finished. But if you have something like this, you can just do like this, and then it will light very quickly. We usually call it kipepeto in Swahili. So the jiko is ready. Just a few seconds, it will be ready. You can wait. This the pieces of wood can burn until before you take the jiko to the house, so that you can reduce the smoke that will be in the house while you are cooking. So the jiko is now fine. So I'll leave it to continue lighting. We will pick it up. So let's go and start preparing what we'll put on the jiko. I'll start with the maize because it's easier to break them. But the nduma, I'll remove the peeling first. Then after the maize is cooked, we will now put on you see, the jiko is now light. Get closer and look at it. The jiko has light. It's already done. You can see. So let's give it a few minutes, then we'll come pick it up. Hi guys, so this is everything that I bought from the market today. First, we are coming from lighting the jiko. I wanted to prepare the maize first. Wash my hands because of the charcoal. So this maize, there are 5 of them, as you can see. There are 5 of them. The guy that was selling 5 for 100 shillings. So I wanted very raw ones because I don't like hard maize. I like soft maize that when you peel, the way to check it, when you remove a little bit of the skin, then you pierce with your finger, you'll see something like milk coming out, and very easily. So you know this is very raw, good for boiling. So I'll go ahead to remove the skin, and these ones, usually remove them because you can't eat with this. It will be very much. So we can't remove all the skin just to preserve some nutrients. We usually boil like this at home. So I just remove a few and leave this. You can see this is really nice. The maize is it's really mature, so I'll peel all of them. peel because I have kids. I have to break them into smaller pieces. Like for this one it's longer, I'll break 3 and remove this. And then for this one, I can also break 3 or 2. It depends. I think sometimes it's really difficult. I like drinking this with tea. I don't like bread so much unless I'm cooking bread with bread with eggs, omelette. That's when I like eating bread. But sometimes I eat because I have nothing. Maybe I'm down that day, but I'll carry. Maybe if there's nothing in the house and it's only bread that we have, that way I'll carry some bread to work for my breakfast. So we really like meat. Today at least the sun is out. You see the maize, there are too many. They are just enough, as you can see. Let me get my sufuria so that we can panga them on the sufuria to start cooking, because I have not even taken breakfast. I'm waiting for the maize. So let me get my sufuria. There's no need of washing. These are just fresh maize. You just put them. Now that I have arranged them, sorry, let me put my mic back. Now that I've arranged them, I'll put some salt. I like salt. I like maize that is cooked with salt, not salt pouring at the top. So I'll put some salt. I just measure. Don't be like me. You can measure, because me, I'm raised in the western part, so we just know how to measure with the hand. So don't try this at home. Just measure the way you measure. Like that, half a teaspoon will be enough. So I'll put it in some hot water so that the charcoal will not be used as much to cook. It will be easier to cook very fast. I usually use hot water even before cooking ugali. I'll use hot water. You will use this to cover them, just like we do at home, ushago. So I'll pick some of them, the inner side, the cleaner one. Like this one, I'll cover every part. I'll cover everywhere, like this. And then I'll cover like this. This is now done. You can just add maybe a mabati or something to cover. Let me bring them apart. So after covering it, we'll bring our jiko. You see, the jiko is completely lit. Very nice for cooking. Really nice. So I'll put my maize on top. And leave them to cook like for 30 minutes. Now I'll clean this place so we can continue packing. To show you how I preserve my tomatoes, I have these two containers, this one and this one. It's Ken Poly. I got them, yeah, it's clip lock Ken Poly. I bought them at TRM some time back. So I usually put my hohos here and my tomatoes. As you can see, I have some tomato leftovers, but they really sweat when you put them in the refrigerator. So you have to wipe every time you change the serviettes. I usually use serviettes, but sometimes if I don't have the serviette and it's finished and I've gone to the market, I can't let my things spoil just because, you see, it's watery. They are really sweat. So normally I'll take these tomatoes, because you see they haven't spoiled a bit and they have stayed here for 2 weeks. I'll take this and put them, I'll use them first before using the ones that I have bought. When I go to the market, I know how to choose tomatoes, so I'll just sit down and choose, or maybe go down on my knees and choose, because you take some are ripe and others they'll ripe slowly as you use them, but you can't put in the fridge the ones that are not ripe. Those that are not ripe, we will leave them first to ripe before putting them in the fridge. So I have my, this is my uteo. Someone brought it to me. My husband brought it on his way on safari. So he brought, I really like it because I usually put my tomatoes which are not ripe on this, and then they ripe. Then I'll put them in. So like for these tomatoes I bought today, all these tomatoes you see, they are for 200 shillings, only 200 shillings. As you can see, there are very many. So I'll sort them out. I'll choose the ripe one, and these are not ripe. So the ones that are not ripe, I'll put them aside. Put them aside. Don't choose all of them that are ripe. You go, these are not ripe. These are not. And remember, these tomatoes for 200 shillings, the lady was selling 3 for 10 shillings. So I would rather choose these, because when you leave the house help to, you tell her to cut for you tomatoes, they'll take many of them. And if you buy like these 4 for 20 shillings and it takes 4, you see it's a waste. So I usually tell her, cut for me 3 tomatoes every time. So for this is 10 shillings. So then I'll sort the ones that are not ripe, like these ones, because when you put the unripe ones in the fridge, they'll start rotting from inside. So it will be a waste. So the ones remaining, I can see they are ripe. And you can see this tomato is really big. It's not a small thing, it's big. For 3 for 10 shillings, It's really worth it. And when you cook, these ones will be enough for my, because I told you earlier, I cook food that for dinner that will be left over for lunch. So this is enough. Like I use this for like one day. So these are ripe. They are very convenient for me and very cheap for me. And these tomatoes will go for 2 weeks before I go again to the market. So these are ripe ones. I'll put them aside, then take my container. In my container, I'll take a serviette like this. The serviette is bent into 4, so I open like once, then I put it down, as you can see. Then I take another one, I put on this side just to preserve them, so that when they continue staying, they emit some gas. So the gas is absorbed by the serviette. So I'll start with these ones, the ones that are fresh from the market. I'll not wash them. I just put them. I'll wash them when I'm using them. So because when you wash them and you don't wipe them well, you can leave the water, and the water will assist in rotting. So they have to be dry. So me, I usually choose to put them first, and then I'll wash them when I'm using them. So I'll put the fresh ones aside, and then I'll instruct the house help to pick that when using the tomatoes, to pick the ones that are from leftovers from the last stock, like these ones that I put aside. So they are really cold. You can wipe just a bit and put them on one side, so you can start cooking with them first before you start the fresh ones, because you never know the time you find to go to the market. So you can use them. If you find they are cheap, you buy, then you use the leftovers first, because sometimes you don't have time to go to the market every time. So this buying in bulk is very convenient, and for 200 shillings for 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks, even sometimes I go for 3 weeks before I go back to the market. So these are done now. These are done. They are done. As you can hear, my meat is now boiling, so we will eat breakfast very soon. So after that, you take the serviette again, another piece, you cover on the other side, you cover. I wanted the lock so that no air goes inside. So this one, I have wiped it. It's really clean and dry. Then I'll cover my tomatoes and then lock it. This is good for storage in the fridge. Then the remaining tomatoes, I'll put them here. Then I'll watch them every day as they ripe. Every time I see the ripe ones, I'll take them out and add there to replace maybe the spaces that I have used the tomatoes. So this one, I'll give it like 2 days, 2 to 3 days, they'll be ripe. As you can see, there are very many tomatoes. I also got some bananas, but the bananas, they are very expensive. Like for this one, the lady was selling for me 3 for 20. So like this bunch, 1, 2, 3, 4, it was 80 shillings. So yeah, she added me this to make it 100. There are 2 pieces remaining, so 3 for 20. So this is nice for me. They'll ripe pole. They are not really ripe, but they'll ripe pole. So this is no problem. And then I got some lemons, just a few lemons to put in my tomatoes so that they don't ripe very quickly. These lemons I got 3 for 10 shillings. I wanted the ones for, because sometimes I usually drink I like black tea, so I use the lemon and ginger. So we'll arrange like this, put them between the tomatoes and the bananas. Like for this now, these lemons I got them for 20 bob. The 6 of them, 3 for 10. So this is fine now. I'll store it at my counter just so that I can see how they are ripening and then take care of them as fast as I can. So this one is ready. Let me put it. Now let's go to the hoho. This one, the onions are very expensive. They are very expensive. Last time I went to the market, I decided to buy the leeks, those onions with the green ones. But nowadays, long ago we were buying for 5 shillings a bunch, but nowadays it's 20 bob and they are very small. So I weighed my options and decided, imagine these onions, they are for 200 shillings. It was like 1.5 kgs. It's really, really, really expensive. So I'll put aside the onions. I want to show you how to store the bell peppers. Yeah, this is I was remaining with this one in the fridge. So first, as we did for the tomatoes, you wipe the lid. One lid is broken. My house help broke it. Yeah, the house help who broke it. So, but it is still working. You see this blue thing. This blue thing, it helps to cover so that air doesn't go inside. So these tissues, they are from long ago, so you can use them to wipe your container or wash the containers if they are dirty. So mine were washed so recently, so I'm not washing them. So dry again, you put aside the tissues, then you take milk. So sorry, the tissues. As I told you, if you don't have serviette, use your tissues. Me, I usually use the tissues because I can't let my tomatoes to rot or my hohos just because I don't have the tissues. So for the bell peppers, all of these ones, you see, I bought them 3 for 20 shillings. So as you can see, 3 for 20 shillings. So these ones were for 1, 2, like 400 shillings. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't have a design, you just put them 5. Yeah, 5, 6. I bought them for how much? I don't remember. 6, 150. Yeah, it was for 150. Yeah, 7, and then there are 2. Yeah, for 10 bob. These are yams. We will peel them very soon. So as you can see, every day I don't usually use bell peppers for every food that I cook. I usually use them for rice, for spaghetti, for meat stew, beef stew. Sorry, any meat stew. Although I don't usually eat so much beef, I usually go to Kiamaiko and buy a lot of meat, mbuzi, like half of it, and then come and slice them and then store them in the fridge. So every time you need to eat meat, you just pick one and boil. Yeah, so you cover them just like we did the tomatoes, and then you take your lid, you cover, you snap it, and then this is done for the fridge. I forgot something. I have this tangerine. The tangerine, I got them for 3 for 20 shillings. So I'll put them here because you normally eat with my boys, and especially right now they have flu. So oranges are good with vitamin C for flu. So I'll just put them on top of this tomato. They will not go bad because we eat them very fast. For this one, I got them for 3 for 20, so they like 1. Because in town, I usually see it 3 or 5 for. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 400 shillings. This one are 400 shillings. So let me take them back and store them. I bought some beans, but I'll not unpack them because I want to pick them first to remove, so that when it's time for cooking, cooking, you just pick it and then you put in the on the stove to cook. So I'll just put it in here and then put that aside. The onions were for 200 shillings. It was going for 150 per kilo. I remember long ago we were buying 50 bob per kilo and there were like 6 big onions. Now I'm not sure, but at least we got some. So these are my onions. This one I'll cook one for every meal that will be eaten up to lunchtime tomorrow. So like one every one day. I also got butternut. This I got it for 50 shillings. I usually use butternut in the stews, the meat stew. So I cut small pieces like cubes, and then I have the minji. This minji I bought it for 100 shillings, 2 kg container. So this ones I will pick it with my boys just today. I'll show them how I preserve them after I peel them. Okay, this one I'll just put it where maybe you can put it on the ground, not in the fridge, but you can also put in the fridge. There's no problem, nothing will happen to it unless you cut it. That's when you can't leave it outside. You can put in the fridge, but as long as it's like this full, you can put it on the ground or on the counter. The counter is very cold, so it won't do anything. So this one also I'll put it aside. There's some vegetables here. I don't know if you know something called mrenda. This is mrenda. We like mrenda so much. I'm a Luya, of course. Mrenda. This one I got for 50-50. And then the one kunde for 50. So this is 150 shillings. These vegetables, you see, it's enough for my 3 boys, my husband, my house help, and me. And then we eat at dinner and then tomorrow for lunch. This is because this is mrenda, and then mrenda I usually, when I eat bananas, the raw bananas, I usually eat bananas, and you can eat it with fish. I usually mash them. I'll prepare one this Friday and show you. Also, when I'm cooking, when I am peeling the bananas, I'll take the peelings and put them on the sun to dry, but not on the ground. You put something down so that you can put them on top, so they dry like a piece of iron that remained when we were roofing the house. So you can put them on top. They dry. After they dry, I burn them. To dust to then I'll take the remaining, the burnt, what is it called, jivu. I'll take that and then put in a container, a plastic container, and then I'll prick the container down there to leave some holes, and then I put the jivu inside. Then I put on top of a plate. Then I put water in it. Then I leave it to drain slowly. So when it drains slowly, it will form some like a water. We call it, you can buy magadi, but I don't recommend. But me, I use that instead of magadi. It's like the jivu, we call it in our language, moheleha. I don't know if you have heard. So when you put in these vegetables, they slide, yeah? And then you can put milk or cream if you have. Then the vegetables, you can see they are small, yeah? But after you prepare them, I usually prepare them cutting like sukuma wiki, not like peeling like 1, 2, because I have small boys. When they eat a huge vegetable, they'll start saying, I'm being choked. So when you cut small, like sukuma wiki, they'll swallow like something else. So when you put milk, the vegetable become big. they come many, so you can eat. We usually eat with maziwa mala. During the day we are eating this. So I have this murenda, but I also got skuma. This one was going for 3 for 50, so I got this one, and 2 spinach, another one. As I told you, I have a menu in my house. I don't just cook because I find it really saves me a lot. Because when you're coming from work and you're thinking, what will I cook for my family today? Me, I don't usually think. I just put on my earphones and listen to a podcast or something. So I know everything is catered for. So it saved me a lot of thinking and a lot of spending, because you'll find yourself when you cooked meat yesterday, then you see a butcher, you'll say, let me just buy meat with skuma. You spend anyhow. So when you have a meal, it saves a lot. So this is for 50 and this is for 150. See the difference? This is 50 shillings. This is 150 shillings. Kienyeji, very expensive. Okay, so I'll put my skumas in these carrier bags. Don't worry about them. This one I'll maybe prepare them tomorrow. So I put my skuma just like this in there, but I will not leave them for long because they'll turn yellow. They'll turn yellow very fast. I put with 1 spinach because this spinach we will eat today. I have some vegetables that I cut already. We'll eat today. So this one I'll put here. They'll go straight to the fridge, so that when I find time to prepare them, I'll prepare them then like tomorrow. This one I leave it because it is being cooked today. I have some vegetables to add so that we cook this today. This is the vegetable that, because it's a lot of kale, so I like being a little bit soft. So this is for today. The sukuma wiki is already cut, as you can see. So I'll cut the spinach later and maybe then cook for supper. As you can see, the maize is already done. The maize is done. They are really done. Yeah. Now you can. I usually put the maize here so that they get cold before I store them in the fridge. So every morning I pick one and eat. I'll drink with my breakfast. They are really nice. Let them get cold and then we will taste to see. But you see the water is done. It's really nice and sweet. Let me bite. Yeah, it's really nice. Let me put this aside and take with tea, or let me just put them here. I'll pick them before I take them to the fridge. So our maize is done, as you can see, very delicious. I've finished with the maize. This is the sufuria that cooked maize, so we'll just rinse this sufuria. Just rinse it because there is nothing dirty here. So just rinse it, just like we do at home. Just rinse. The sufuria is done. We don't have much time. This is water for the yams, the ndumas. You see, these ndumas I got them for 200 shillings. The 3 of them. We like taking nduma with tea also. So put this here so that I can peel on top of this. Let's do. The jiko is empty, as you know. The charcoal is expensive, so let me put water in my kettle to be heating. Water is now heating. So let's peel our ndumas very quickly. Because the chico is empty. It took so long. We should be done by now. We should be cooking by now. It's like if you buy everything sausages in the morning, there is no money. Everything is expensive, but I'm not saying that I'm eating the nduma because I don't have money or because I want to sell, but they are healthy, and also I love them. I love nduma so much. I love even gouache, but I love them so much. Just boiling and picking them in the morning. So in the morning I can pick one piece of maize, the one I was picking, one piece of maize and 2 pieces of nduma, and that's enough for me for breakfast, and that's done. Maybe something I can buy, maybe my boiled only for 25 shillings. That's like a protein I have added there without many fats. So I really, it helped me a lot. I remember after giving birth to my last born, I really added weight, so I took it upon myself. Not that I'm denying myself, but you have to sacrifice something to be healthy. So I didn't eat the sausages every day. Once in a while, then I usually carry my maize. When they are finished, I go to the market, get others, and that's it. Be careful, don't cut your fingers. You know, me, I'm used to it. Don't cut your fingers. You can go the other way, like this, whichever is easier for you. Whichever you find it easier. It works. Done with the other side. You can also be doing this then yourself if you have nothing to do in the house. You can never go wrong with food. People have to eat. Whether everything is expensive or what, people have to eat. So you can never go wrong with yams boiling and ndumas. I see many mamas selling them on the street in town. So I'll collect my dirt from the veggies and everything, the maize. The water has boiled. You can hear water has boiled. So let me take this aside, then putlize them just easily. So I can go in and repeat. They are bigger. Just wash them. Add some clean water. You add some clean water. Oh, there's a car. rinse them and put in the sufuria. Then you add a little bit of salt. Yeah, I like salted ndumas. Add a little bit of salt. You can measure, don't be like me. I'm used to it. I just do a ball pack. They called it ball pack. Yeah. I just measure with the eyes. Now I put some water, not too much, because I believe these are good ndumas. Not too much, just in between. Our mabati, the one you used to cover the maize, and just put it on top. This is nice. Now we'll put on the jiko. I have tasted the maize. It's really nice, very soft. I bought some oranges here. I just put them here. There are not many. They were selling 3 for 20 shillings also. With flour, vitamin C is all we need. Oh, these are oranges for my food. This is for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 80 shillings. She added me one. So let me put this aside. I'll wash them so that when they feel they need to eat, they just pick one. Put them aside. Then today I wanted to cook some fries for my sons. I saw a video of how the Chinese make their fries so that they can be very crispy and they don't break. So why not? I saw some. I bought some waroos, potatoes. These went for, I bought the 2 kg container. The lady sold me at 100 shillings. So these waroos are for 100 shillings. I'll peel some. When preparing the French fries, I'll show you that video later. So let me put the waroos here. Waroos, you don't have to put them in the fridge. You just put them on a cold floor. Cold floor. Like the way I'm putting them on the bag, on top of the bag. I'll just put them at the corner, on the counter at the corner. But you have if you have those containers with, they are made with like wire mesh, but they're just, you can put them on the wall. They are really nice for things like this. The potatoes, the Irish potatoes, the sweet potatoes, bananas, raw bananas for cooking. So that thing is really nice. It's really handy for this. So let me put this as this. I don't know if this is tamarind. I don't know if you can see it. It's already peeled. It's usually in it's really bitter kidogo. Those who know mukwajo, we used to eat it and put with molasses, the ngava. Yeah, I used to put in a bottle and water. So I bought this. I want to make to add water in a bottle like this. Even I'll put it inside here just to show you. I'll put like a few, like 2 of them. So when I make the French fries, this will act like spicy, or like some juice you put on top. So I'll put a few. I'm putting specifically in this bottle so that I can shake. I think those are enough. I want to make a conch. substance. When you go to Mombasa, if you have ever bought some viazi, the mamas making viazi, you can see they have ukwaju. Yeah, it's this tamarind and some spices and some meat. Then you leave it to wait for the French fries. So I'll put it aside to continue dissolving. So the only thing remaining is the cabbage. I also bought a cabbage. This one, as you can see the heaviness, it's 40 shillings. So I prefer going to the market. I'll pick this a few of them. I want to wash and chop them for my chickens. I have chickens. They love greens, so I'll peel a few and chop them nicely. You have to cut to preserve it in the fridge. You cut this stalk, then you take the clean pepper, then you cover at the stalk. It will never ever, you can stay for a week or a month without going bad. So I'll leave it like this because I haven't cut it. And then these ones, I'll chop them for my chickens. Let me show you the video. So this one you can just keep it here. It doesn't have to go to the fridge. Now we are done. Let me now chop this for my chicken, then start with the minji. Then I'll come back to show you how I preserve my minji. Okay, what I do with my maize, I don't have a cling film. It's very expensive and I can reuse this. These are peppers, bread peppers. So I just cut like following the grill, the green, and then I cut like this. And that's enough. So the pepper is really clean. I've cleaned it. I'll wipe inside just to remove extra bread. Then I'll cover my maize like this, just like this. Then I'll put it in the fridge. They are now cold by now, not very cold, but they are not hot, so you can put them in the fridge. They'll not spoil. I'll eat them. You can see my minjis. I'm down. I told you I'm alone now. I have to. You see how many there are? They are little. These can be eaten like twice because they are not being eaten alone. You put them in the beef stew or something. So this is for 100 shillings. We will wash them. Put in a sufuria, a small sufuria. Let me show you how I do it. So we just put water just to steam them. Not too much water, a little bit of water. Just for steaming, not cooking, for them to remain green. I've steamed. You remember when you put them like this in the fridge, they'll start germinating. You'll find they have removed like a seed that like they want to grow. But when you steam them a bit, just a little bit, they'll remain green. Then if you are cooking after 2 weeks, they'll be green and they'll not germinate. So this is it. I'll cover, and then now the ndumas are ready. As you can see, it remained a little bit. It was this close to burning, so the water has drained all of it. So we'll pick our ndumas and put them here. pick one by one because they are really cooked. They are really cooked. They are really cooked. You can even pour them. They are stuck a little bit, so don't worry, it's no problemo. It's really hot. I'll put them aside so that they can get cold. And then I'll cover, just like I'll cover the maize. When they are cold, I'll keep it in the fridge. So put this aside. Yummy. Welcome. Rumas, they are very yummy. You see how they are not, they say unga unga. They are really good, matured. The peas, just few minutes, like 5 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes. Look at them, how green they are. They'll remain this green, you see. Now for this one, I don't know if it's me or I'm like you. I usually, when I eat ice cream, I don't throw away these containers. I wash them and I use them to keep the food in the fridge. So because I think they are not bad for food, because the ice cream is usually stored in the fridge. So don't see if there's anything bad with it. So I usually wash them and use them to store my food in the fridge, because I haven't bought those peppers. They are a bit expensive, the peppers. So we can cover it and remove excess water so they can remain dry. Can remove excess water. Excess water. Then we are done. We are done and dusting. So my peas are here. I'll pour them in this container. See how they are mini. These can be eaten 2 batches. 2. I can be eaten for 2 weeks now. This one, because I usually mix with meat and meat when I'm cooking spaghetti. Eat spaghetti with meat, so this is good enough. So I'll not cover it now. I'll wait for it to cool down before I keep it in the freezer. So in the freezer they'll remain like this, very green. So let me put it aside for it to get to cool down. Let it cool down. Then we have to pick the beans, because the jiko is now vacant. So let's pick the beans very fast. The beans don't take time, so I'll pick them very fast and then put them to boiling. Then we will be done for today. The beans, I think they are already cleaned up, so I'll just go very fast and remove some stones. You normally find stones. Done. So this one I'll pour into my garden, because some beans here might grow. So put them aside. Then the beans are ready. I have to wash them. Wash them. I have 3 very big sufurias, so you might say that I could have cooked the beans tomorrow, but I don't see the need, because the jiko is my jiko is still burning, so there's no need to maybe light it again tomorrow. So if I can, the jiko is back, and again, it's not a lot of work when you put it and you put enough water, so it will just cook. You'll just be checking How is it? If it has cooked. We are saving on the charcoal, so I'll put a lot of water until they are covered, because beans are really dry, so they really need a lot of water. I'll put the whole jug, 1.5 liters. So this is good for cooking, so I'll go put on the jiko. So thank you so much for. So these are the potatoes, the vegetables that I'll prepare later. This is the cabbage, the 40 shilling cabbage. These are the minges. They are cooling down. These are the unripe tomatoes, and the banana, and the lemons, dividing them. These are the oranges, the oranges and the tangerine. So all you. If you like this video, please subscribe and also keep watching. I have a lot in store for you. Thank you so much for watching, and bye. See you in another video. Thank you.